welcome to the Billowing Hilltop Podcast. Hello, readers. I've got a long one for you today. Sorry, so childish. I've got a long one for you today, so I won't keep you. Just a reminder to rate and review and to spread the word if you can. Let us push on with episode 230 of the Billowing Hilltop Podcast, Hydra. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How is everybody? Everybody well?
Very well, thank
you. Paul posted something in our Slack channels. We use Slack, readers, to organise these shambolic sessions, and it shows. Paul asked about some. I don't know what prompted you to do this, Paul. Something to do with maybe some bonus content that we're working on.
Yep.
Paul posted some questions. Not to me. I'm not allowed to.
Right. So the questions
myself.
were: who's your favourite NPC?
Yeah.
What's your favourite fight? What's your favourite non-fighty encounter? And what's your favourite book?
The only reason I mention it is because I put those same questions out on our socials.
Socials, man.
And we've had some answers. I don't know, I just wasn't quite expecting the answers we got.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, it's quite interesting because everybody has different answers. Probably because some of us can only remember some elements of it.
There's quite a lot of that.
Well, that's the difference about asking amongst ourselves. Even I have got only a tenuous understanding of what we've done. You lot have got no idea, right?
Absolutely.
But of course, the readers know this stuff, and their answers are quite interesting. For example, top NPC, Hesty Testapod.
Good choice.
Is this a single answer or is this a poll?
Simon Murphy. Well, I thought we would do it. So Simon Murphy on Instagram said Hesty Testapod was his favourite, with Marcus a close second.
Interesting.
But Richard says Hesty Testapod and Cheeseman.
Oh, yeah.
Hesty Testapod is the favourite one.
Yeah. Oh, Cheeseman's up, definitely.
Talabeer,
at the
good
top.
choice.
you lot find annoying.
Yeah,
Talabeer,
I like Talabeer.
Shannon in America. I think Shannon's in America or Canada. He's a big fan of Talabeer, the Steward of Games.
And Sodden Assassin. Well,
Parker, brackets, lol, says Jonathan, also in the States. Yeah, I like that. Also,
if
Hesty
it is the real Parker.
Yes, exactly. Hesty Testapod. And then Alison says, originally Hesty, so Hesty Testapod, by the way, the clear winner here. Originally Hesty, but now I'm taken with Zulshin.
yes.
Great energy.
Zulshin.
Yeah, that's what I said.
When we get to your favourite fight, Richard says hooves.
Oh, that's interesting. I'd forgotten
Oh,
hooves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shannon says dragons and giants, which I presume is a reference back to the tower with Cargrowth. Navor!
Never.
Cargrow Thundersmate.
Mm.
The arena battles. Oh, and when they got that kid beheaded by the sheriff, says Jonathan.
I think
One of the lighter moments.
I think that's a misrepresentation, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it
I
isn't.
don't think that's what happened.
Alison says a tie between hooves and Zerxog, the Mind Flayer.
The Mind Flayer was brilliant.
Yeah.
When Sessions turned him into a...
That wasn't him. though.
Simon says
Oh, that wasn't him. That was
the whole ziggurat sequence as the fight was cool, but for a single fight, the guy whose belt they had to collect.
Oh, yeah.
Or the fight in the tiny tower. I think he means the very disappointing keep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was very...
Oh, that was funny
Yeah,
because
when we
of-
ran out of money.
I think one of the best bits, though, ever was when... Was it? I can't remember if it was Grimbold or Buggy rang the bell that was linked to the pub.
Oh, that was the
Sheriff.
police station.
Yes.
Yes.
And as we were walking away,
It's
he got...
Grimbold,
yeah.
isn't it?
Was it Grimbold who got
Yeah, just used mage hand or
hand
whatever, or
to ring the bell?
or a cantrip or something.
That was just really funny.
Yeah, Cubbins was quite... I almost picked Cubbins as my favourite
Yeah.
NPC.
This is rather self-indulgent.
I picked Cubbins.
Readers. We've been thinking, I think, quite kind of retrospectively a bit recently, all of us, and chatting when we're not playing, because we really think that we're getting close to the end. So we keep kind of looking back on the experience and, in terms of the role play, Simon says the encounter with the guy that had the hand of Veshna and cursed lots.
Yeah, he was funny.
That was Dal Quethos.
Yeah.
I think Alison, who initially said Burple pissing off the military guy during Zeech's feast. was her favourite bit, then jumped in having seen Simon's answer on Instagram and said, I forgot about the guy with the hand. I love him. Fuck it. Jonathan's favourite roleplay was, most of it has been grand, just not the treasure splitting.
Oh.
Shannon says, anything with Hesty Testapod. Richard says, all the interactions with the lizard folk of Blackwall Keep, which I think has been popular with the rest of us and seems like, well, it is forever ago. And then finally, which has been your favourite book overall?
It is forever ago.
Richard's favourite was Blackwall Keep, so that was book 3, which is forever ago. Shannon says book 7, the book set in the jungle.
Yeah. I mean, they're all good, I think.
I think they've all got their own flavour.
They've all had their moments. They've all had their good moments. Jonathan
says, the lizard folk and giant sections were interesting. I wish you had more of a budget. Alison very charitably says, I'm honestly stuck on this one because I've enjoyed them all. And Simon says, the one in the arena with the contest. You can tell I'm as
Champion's
good with
belt.
names as the rest of the Hilltoppers. Write it down, Champion's Belt.
Write it down.
These are bits that jump out at me right now, but I could probably come up with another 10 answers depending on bits that come back to me at random times. Anyway, there we are. Thank you, readers, those of you who've responded.
Thank you.
My guess is that we have got, I was trying to do this in my head, my original guess when we first started this, we would do it all in 244 episodes. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But I think we might do this book in another 10 to 15.
What? 10 to 15? Bloody hell.
And then we've got book 12. And I really have no idea how long it's going to take us to do book 12. You're hunting down or trying to find the lair of Dragotha. I don't think it's what you would really call a massive spoiler. That were you to find the lair of Dragotha, you may be dealing with a very, very high-level, super dangerous dungeon crawl.
Right.
Worse than having your heart sucked out of your chest.
This is just a warm-up lich.
The warm-up.
This is a warm-up lich. This is the warm-up lich.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to the recording of a TV show, they always bring out a lich at the beginning before they start recording, just to get the audience going.
Get them
and then
mood.
they bring on all the other liches.
The real lich.
To do the main part of the
star
show.
lich.
Yeah, exactly.
Does Dragotha also have a very bad German accent?
The development team are still working on that. we haven't cast him yet. It might be Nigel Rubbish who played Zerxog, but we've got to cure his terrible flatulence issues. He is a great actor. He's a great actor, but he's currently in rep. He's at the Theatre Royal in Bath.
I think you should get Nigel Rubbish back.
Doing his Lear. Anyway, where we left things, we were in the lair or building or fortress, or turns out to be lab, horrible bio lab of Thessalar. Thessalar is a lich. Thessalar is the lich that you were told about by Zulshin. He's like really into me, but I'm like not. And it would be like great if you could like, kind of destroy him. He seems to be appearing and disappearing. You think that he's got some capacity, some facility whereby he manages to project himself or leap about as a figment of himself, yet still cast spells on you.
Simulacrum.
Possibly. Maybe that's why you've been saving at advantage.
Right.
You have faced this simulacrum or projection of Thessalar as you've skirted your way around his complex, and then finally Buggy used Stone Shape to carve an aperture. You've clambered your way in. Thessalar offered you a bargain whereby he asked you to find Zulshin and bring her to him alive so that she could be the feature or the centerpiece of what he called his greatest achievement or his grandest experiment. He keeps on mentioning a substance called proto-life and creating strange creatures. That makes sense now, because literally as we left things, Uncle Buggy pushed open the door into a chamber in the heart of Thessalar's lair, which looks like some kind of weird, twisted biolab, like where you might make cheese that isn't cheddar or Cheshire or Red Leicester, the products of twisted science. There are shelves stacked up against the walls, some of which are bearing flasks of glowing green liquid, and Thessalar himself, and next to Thessalar, rising up through the center of the chamber, from the floor 15 feet to the ceiling, is a cylinder that's 10 feet in diameter, within which blood, flesh, eyes, mouths, and less identifiable organs churn and swirl in a vortex of organic color. Now, Sessions, it's your turn. You've moved into this chamber. You've suppressed the figment or projection of Thessalar using your anti-magic field. You've suppressed the enchantment that was keeping the door closed, and Uncle Buggy has used a readied action to push it open, revealing the vista within. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Kill them. So, do you want me to step back, guys, so that you're not suppressed? Or are you happy
He says, hopefully.
being suppressed? It's more of a question for them.
Surely you need to be around him.
Yes.
You said the idea was that this would stop him from getting away.
Graham's really concerned.
really doesn't want to.
Don't necessarily.
Graham really doesn't want to do that.
Yes.
On the list of things that Sessions doesn't want to do,
Number them.
what's number 1? Run up to the
Stand
lich.
within 10 foot of a lich.
Be in the same room as the lich.
Be on the same planet as the lich. Especially since he's not got his broom. He's on the ground using his weird atrophied legs.
Yeah.
If he went up there, though, with
It's
his
weird atrophied
anti-magic,
leg. He's got no leggings
This
on. There's
cheese
just little
knife.
spindly sticks.
Yeah.
You got a bit of movement left.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you've got,
I've
if any
actually,
move,
without the broom, I've got
10
like
feet.
10 feet of movement left.
I wonder what you're going to spend those 10 feet of movement on.
we have a decision to make, don't we, about whether we accept his offer or not?
No, attack him.
You don't have to
Yes,
kill him.
we do.
Don't have to kill him.
You're a paladin.
Why?
Scaly, you're infested with the scholarly portion of a spirit that you think might be the spirit
Yes.
of Rabadabadas.
Of the rubber dubber?
Oh, you know him?
No.
Oh. If it isn't Rabadabadas, it doesn't really matter. The point is that you now know where the other bits of this spirit are, and one of the bits of this spirit is in the cylinder.
Yes. Which we want to get for some reason.
Because story.
Because of the wonderful things he does.
Tonight's beer
Diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle.
is Satellite, Paul. Beavertown Satellite.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it's very
Well,
good,
funny enough,
weedy
by
January beer.
coincidence, my beer of the night is Beavertown Neck Oil.
It's a classic, but it's
Oh, I really don't like
classic.
that. It's horrible.
4.3% deliciousness.
But you only like beer with twigs in, Johnny, that have got World War II fighter planes.
Okay,
on
I think
the
I'm
other
going
day.
to settle where I am.
Right.
Drinking
Yeah.
Chinese
Halfway
tea.
between running away and not getting any closer.
Yes, exactly.
On 10, it is the Lich.
The Lich. Number
He's got an
6.
itch.
I'm going to make
The
a
Lich.
roll for the
Well, we're in
Lich.
the anti-magic show, aren't we?
The Lich
Ooh.
seems to understand the situation. He regards you coolly,
Ooh.
and he
You're fucked, man.
whispers. Oh, shit. On 9, it's Scaly O'Toole.
Is Scaly feeling compelled to go and search
No, not
for...
compelled. No. You're given the information about where the other parts of this spirit reside,
Okay.
but you don't feel compelled in the same way that you were originally. It's not like Close Encounters.
But is it
It's very good, this beer, Paul. This
Yeah, I've drunk it.
Satellite.
Yeah, it's really nice. Quite refreshing.
Yeah, it's nice and weedy as well. I don't want to repeat that German stuff that I drank the other week.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, Scaly, what are you going to do?
What was
was
the
wrong
repeat?
with it?
What went wrong?
Well, it's about 8.4% as it turned out.
Oh my god.
Oh, right, because you're quite enjoying it.
It was
I
delicious.
seem to remember.
And then I hit the sediment
You
at the bottom.
Chewy.
It was quite chewy.
Pretty.
It was quite chewy. Anyway, Scaly, what are you going to do?
Scaly's moved up to this cylinder.
Okay.
He's bulged his way through. He's like, for God's sake, do something, guys.
It's kind of humming.
Places his hands on the glass and just kind of tries to take it in.
Oh, one moment.
I'm beginning to regret saying that.
Give me a...
Oh.
Give me an Arcana check.
Scaly O'Toole rolls a 17 Arcana check.
Don't think it's a cylinder of glass or whatever. No, you think it's probably force.
So if Sessions came along with the anti-magic thing, that might
It
disrupt
was
that
a very
force.
good Arcana check to make, Scaly. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Is it stuff in a liquid, or is it just stuff float in a vortex of air?
No, it's a vortex of
So-
organic colour. I'm taking that to mean kind of blood, viscera,
Yes, okay, so it's
and
goop.
other
Stuff in
fluids,
goop.
biological fluids, or some of
Nice.
which one can't even conceive of.
Well, breakfast.
Could this be the phylactery?
Rather like some of the stuff that collects at the bottom of your tank, Paul.
No, it can't be.
Oh, well, that's valuable.
Well, maybe that's why it's, But then inside it, you can see distinct organs. Flesh, eyes, mouths. Stuff is swirling about.
Okay. I think
every now and again,
I've
kind of
done
pressing up against this force thing, like right up close to you, like in a way, like.
Nice. All right. Yeah, that's my round, I think. Come on, hurry up.
Well, after that, it is Hydra. We can gloss over the Hydra's round and move on to Burple on 18.
So the anti-magic shell just squashes, it doesn't kill magical effects, right? It just
suppresses the word you're looking for.
Yes, that's the word. Thank you. I will move up next to Scaly. There's not a lot I can do in here. I've got True Sight running. Anything I can see?
Why don't you start searching? If you've got movement, start searching for something.
So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's a door
5,
at the bottom.
6, 7.
You got a door on your bottom.
Well, of course I've got a door on my bottom. How do you think we have fixed
So, Burps, you're running into this main chamber.
Well, I'm moving into the main chamber. Do I see
cautiously
anything
advancing
with my True Sight?
No, not particularly. There's nothing that your True Sight reveals to you that you couldn't see anyway.
Okay.
So, ramshackle shelves arranged around the chamber. Looks like various bits of chemical reagents and catalysts and powders and stuff. And then these bottles of glowy liquid.
I will summon my sword a bit closer. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, you can see out into the courtyard from where you're standing,
so
right?
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll bring my sword a bit closer. And I will cast a mirror image, which is going to do absolutely sod all.
But it's not concentration, critically.
But it's not concentration. And that is my round.
On 16, it's Parker. Everything you have that's magical is not working.
Yes, I'm going to step out of that and go up to these glass bottles.
Advancing cautiously into the main body of the lab.
Yes.
Okay, there is a bottle of stuff. What do you want to do with it? Are you picking it up?
Now I'm closer. Are they labels in any way?
No, there's no label.
Anything else on the shelves?
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff on the shelves. Do you want to give me an intelligence check? What are you trying to do,
Yes.
though? Are you randomly looking about, seeing if there's anything more interesting that catches your eye? Or are you trying to work out any kind of relationship or system or structure to what you're looking at?
It's more like the second.
Yeah.
But obviously that includes seeing all the things that are on the shelf.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yes, I knew you'd try and shoehorn the two together. Okay, but it means it's an intelligence check. Give me an intelligence check. It's bloody obvious anyway, but nevertheless, you fail to
roll the
determine
one.
it. You're just staring at all of this stuff, and nothing seems to relate to
Hapless
each other.
Parker.
Just seems like a collection of random stuff. On 12, it's Uncle Buggy.
Right.
Uncle Buggy, nothing you've got that's magical is working.
I'm running up to the far end of the chamber.
Yep.
Where there is a door to the west.
Yes.
I will
on the west side.
Try and open that door.
It seems to be magically reinforced. Give me a strength athletics check.
That's a 19.
Is enough. The door swings open, revealing a study. It seems to be almost an extension of the chaos of the main lab room behind you. There is a desk. There are bookshelves, academic texts. You know that Thessalar was constantly spouting the names of these papers and stuff. Well, this is where he keeps them.
Okay.
If you just run your eye over what's there, you see things called Harnessing Proto-Life for Directed Evolution, Transforming Standard Species into Unprecedented Life Forms. That leaps out at you. That's open on the desk. There's another one, Proto-Life Mediated Cellular Reprogramming, Generation of Hybrid Traits and Unusual Behavioral Phenotypes in Transformed Creatures. That kind of stuff. To the north of the chamber, there is a door. It's closed, and that door has got a jailer's hole.
A jailer's hole.
Jailer's hole.
50, 55, 60. I could actually run up and look through the
jailer's hole.
It's closed. Do you want to gently ease your fingers into the jailer's hole and prise it?
Yeah, why not? I'll
Prise it
move up,
open.
interact with an object.
So you're running up to the jailer's hole and you're fingering it open.
Oh, hello.
And that reveals to you a symmetrically laid out chamber that looks like a sort of cell, but the cell is empty. It's a very sparse room. One of those beds that is attached to the wall by two chains that can be folded up. There's a bucket in the corner.
Dusty.
Just looks like a...
Does it look like it's used at all?
Well, it's empty now, and it looks like it's... I don't know how. You're not like CSI bug raft.
No, it was a
It
layer
looks,
of
it looks
dust
unoccupied,
everywhere.
and it doesn't look like it's been occupied recently.
Okay, that's my go. Fast and effective, I have to point out.
You do have to point out for some reason.
Just reminding the others.
Alternate sessions.
So what I could do is ready a movement action. I could even move and then ready a movement action. So that if he reappears, now that you're all there, I could move into one of those squares that covers most of you. So if I was to start my movement here, say, and ready an action, I could...
So stepping just into the
Chamber.
lab, but at the very northern part of it.
Yeah, so no one's currently in the anti-magic shell. They can act freely. But if he reappears,
I understand.
I could move to, say, here.
Like you move south and into the main part of the main body
or
of the room.
here, and I could at least cover...
Yeah. I'm just trying to enforce some radio discipline.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking of moving just into the room. That's what I'll do. And then I'll ready
You could
an
move up to
action.
him, couldn't you?
Well, that's it. If he appears, so moving just inside the chamber, then if I see him appear, my
Yeah.
ready action is to move up and cover as many of my cohorts as possible in the
You could move
anti-magic
up
shell.
and cover him, though, couldn't you? Because then you'll cover everybody.
For budget.
Oh, well, yeah, I could also cover him.
So that's the end of the sessions. Then nothing happens on 9. It is Scaly O'Toole. This cylinder of horror is
Horrifying.
churning next to you, Scaly.
Has anyone got a disintegrate?
Nope.
So we can't really do very much without this wall, can we?
Well, unless it doesn't like magic, in which case it might suffer when I
Oh,
walk
you're thinking
my-
anti-magic. Right.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't really appreciated it wasn't a glass cylinder until right now.
So, Sessions, if you move forward with your anti-magic shell and it's made out of force, you'll probably
Well, Sessions has had his turn.
explode
Scaly.
the...
I think Scaly's going to head south around the force cylinder
Okay.
stuff. To head to the door that's at the very south
Yes.
and open it.
Give me a strength check to open it.
Strength check.
athletics check. Yeah, they're magically reinforced.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yeah, okay.
27.
You ease through it, but that's an action.
That's an action.
Leads into the room that Sessions looked in before, which has got nothing in it.
I'm wanting to open the next door, but can't because I've
No.
used up.
Yeah, assuming
done
that it is an action to open that second door rather than just an interact. It looks equally as reinforced as all the others. You think you've
Well,
run out of
I'll
stuff.
try and open it, but
Nah,
if
not
I'll try
happening.
it as an interact,
Not happening.
Not
On
happening. There we
6,
go.
it's the hydrangeas. The hydrangeas yowl at the sky. Yellow hydrangea is going to pad up and start screeching through these little, I guess they're kind of like gratings or whatever, that you can see into the courtyard from, and therefore it can see you. And Pinky is going to similarly move to the southern grating and start screeching. But they're kind of powerless. There's nothing they can do. They're hemmed in. On 18, top of another round, it is Burple de Herple de Hoopy-doo.
Burpity Humpty Twonk will ponder what he can do. Ponder what he can do about the wall of force, and the answer is not an awful lot. So instead, he will strike. Is there any point? There's no point, is there? Don't really think there's much.
I don't think we really
that
need
I
to
can
kill the
do.
hydras, do we?
No, we don't. I think we need to bring this wall down, but I'm struggling to find. I mean, I can time stop. I mean, I
Well, Graham,
don't know why.
Sessions just needs to step forward, doesn't he? And it'll disrupt the field.
Possibly. I mean, we'll try that.
So
And
Bugraft is
then-
going through there.
Is it? We're just trying to get bits of Rabadabadas out of this column, are we? Is that
No, we need to kill this guy in order to get what's her face to rebuild the orrery for us.
That's one thing, but the other thing is there bits of Rabadabadas in this floating in this cylinder?
we think so. Yes,
I
because
shall move
we're being led there. I'm being led there.
into the room that Bugraft is
The
in.
study. Yeah.
The study, and I
Yeah.
shall ready to hit something that comes within range, and I shall move the Mordecaian sword towards me. There you go.
Odd 16, it is, if it is a real Parker, it's Parker.
Don't know what to do.
That's just a
wait
brilliant
for
equine noise there, Lucas. Somebody get him a lump of sugar.
Yeah, that would be useful. Might perk me up a bit.
So you're going to do something?
Galloping along, let's
Or is
go.
that nay?
No, I'm going to wait for Sessions to move over to do the anti-magic
Daniel?
thing.
He's waiting for things to become more stable.
On 12, it is Uncle Buggy.
Well, I don't really know what to do either, but I can try and open this door.
Yeah, there's a jailer's hole,
I will.
and there's a handle. It's a cell, I'm guessing. There's a locked door.
So the bolt is on this side, is it? Or is it a keyhole?
I honestly don't think it's specified. I'm going to roll a d6. 1 to 3, it is a lock and key, and 4 to 6, it is a bolt. It is a lock and key. There's a key and it's not in the lock. It's either on Thessalar or elsewhere in the complex.
There could be a basement level.
Yeah, there could be.
Uh,
Try bashing it open. Bearing in mind I have true sight, I don't see anything in the room.
I'm not going to be able to
let me have a
smash
quick
door
check.
right now.
See if there's anything called out in the study that's sort of invisiblish. But I don't think there is, Area 6.
That's where they keep all the alien artifacts, isn't it?
Nothing.
I don't think there's anything in this room. Okay, so I'm going to go and...
There's lots of scientific papers. I've given you a couple of titles. I could give you some more if you like.
Yes, please do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I forgot which ones I told you before, so I have to kind of work them out as I go.
Yeah. Just
Hang
make
on
them up.
a minute.
Not
Hang on.
Just
It's
make
my-
it's not
it's
supposed to
my
be
go.
pre-written, this, Mike. It's supposed to be.
I am
Yeah.
not reading the books on the shelves of the papers.
You're not looking at
I'm
them. You're
not looking-
deliberately
no,
not.
I'm not. No.
You miss
I'm
out
going
on
to-
your opportunity to.
Free action, I'm reading them out to him.
Oh, block my ears again. I've got earwax in my ears. I can't hear anything.
Well, there's the first one you spot, Burple, or read out is From Normal to Extraordinary, exploring the bioengineering potential of proto-life to create adaptive and strange creatures.
Yeah, I'll basically write it out and hold it up in front of Bugraft's face.
I'll switch the smoke on. Actually, no, I can still see it. You won't really see me. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't quite work. All right, I'm not doing anything in this room. I am moving.
Another one there. There's another one there, Burple.
Yeah, what?
Halfling hospitality or haughty habits, the behavioural study of rudeness in hobbit-like species.
I am going to move up to my cousin Sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ready in action to bash
To bash.
anything.
It's good to bash.
Bash the lich.
Readying an action to bash.
The lich. Should it?
It's bash.
Right, Buggy.
time.
Well, all your magic switches off, right? No more Death Ward, no more any of that. Yeah? Happy? Sure? No more freedom of movement, no more
Well
smoke,
planned.
no more
Really fair by
etherealness.
Yeah, no, I'll
Yeah.
take Sessions.
Okay. There's another paper you see there, another little book you see there,
Yeah,
Burps.
yeah.
From
I'll call it out into the main room, so to Bugraft.
Can't hear you.
Oh, Bugraft, look.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Quite hear you.
The Rude Halfling, evolutionary and cultural factors behind the perceived impoliteness of small folk.
Yeah.
That's the one that's in there.
I will call that out to Bugraft in Sessions. Say, this is one for you.
Can't hear it.
That's my go anyway. Fast and efficient.
Yeah.
Or inefficient.
And meaningless. On 10, it is Sessions. Sessions? Nothing's happened, I'm afraid.
Yeah. You want me to step forward over this
Yeah.
miasma of force thing? Okay, I'll step 5 foot forward, Mike. Does that? I'm not sure whether that gets us into it.
Gets into the edge.
Well, step 5 foot forward and see what happens. Move that mini.
Move that
Commit.
and then I'm ready to spring backwards.
Yeah, okay, so you're sort of... Okay. So you're sort of...
You're doomed.
waddling forward.
Yeah, using my atrophied legs.
Spring is sort of the wrong word.
All your and then
atrophied
stop
legs.
all of his atrophied legs.
Both of my atrophied legs.
Okay.
Well, I can keep moving, yeah? So I only have to step.
Yeah. So, well, at the moment that you...
Oh, I didn't think he specified that he was going to brush, actually, Mike.
Well,
I think possibly
It did-
he's going
I
to
think
do
it was
that.
implied. I think it was very heavily implied. I guess that works. It's not a scenario that was foreseen by the writers of this adventure. Mr. Jacobs didn't put in what would happen.
Because we're smart. We've been playing almost half a century.
Revisit that. Let's revisit that in a second. In about 10 seconds, Buggy. You suppress the wall of force that is holding in this vortex of engineered bio-nasty, and it bursts forth.
Releasing all the nasty monsters.
Yeah, basically that. Let me just look up exactly what it says so I don't get this wrong and kill you too quickly. Okay, if it's released from the vat. Okay, so the first thing that happens is
You're doomed.
Scaly, Burple, and Bugraft. You can immediately sense the sudden and sharp presence of another spiritual fragment. Scaly especially. You knew it was there, but now it's out. The word I would use to describe the kind of aspect of this spirit is furious.
Right.
That fury seems to bond with the proto-matter within the now broken containment chamber and morph this matter into an enormous Hydra that just burbles into existence in the center of the room.
Right.
Shit. Oh dear. Whose idea was this?
Yours.
I mean, it wasn't going to end well, was it?
Let's just put
this might be it.
in there.
Oh my
God. That is enormous.
For fuck's sake.
It's twice the size of the other ones.
Well, it doesn't look like it needs to move all that much. Now, does it attack immediately? Let me just quickly look.
Probably confused.
Oh, I said I'd attack. Am I ready in action?
But if it's released, blah 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 blah, highly dangerous.
Highly dangerous.
Just paraphrasing.
In the unlikely event the party managed to release the creature,
If they're stupid enough.
I think this
Place the
thing.
mask over your face first.
I think this thing is not able to act. It's not got a readied action or anything stupid like that. It's obviously an order of magnitude larger than the Hydra out in the courtyard, but it is, in essence, kind of the same thing. It's got 8 heads, and it's got an extra giant, bitey, beaky-like mouth part that sits between them, and it's got a tail with spiky, horrible on it.
Right.
It looks like it's going to get like 11 attacks. It also looks like it's got an awful lot of reach, and it also looks like it's madly imbued with some kind of chaotically perverse magical bioenergy. Nice. As you step.
So that's I've stepped 5 foot, yeah?
Dan,
Dan,
how smug are you feeling
How
right
smug?
now?
I'm feeling relatively smug. Yeah. Not
So
in
then I can...
I would say the least smug award must surely go to Parker.
Yes.
Who's effectively trapped in a D-shaped
But I presume
horror
the sensible
prison.
thing for me to
This
do
creature.
is to withdraw now.
leaving Parker
allow-
to it.
Sorry, readers, you can't see this, but it is quite funny.
I think you need
I'll
to
post
put
a
that up
picture.
in socials, yeah.
Yeah, here we do. Parker is also looking at us from the map.
Like Wile E. Coyote.
Yes, just before.
Yeah.
Just before falling.
Just before he goes down.
Sessions and Buggy look quite smug, a bit smiley. Purple looks completely confused. Scaly looks like he's concentrating on other things. Scaly, you just hear a kind of bleh from your north, but that might just be Buggy.
I normally hear that from my south, if you know what I mean.
Yes, we know what you mean.
Well, I don't think the anti-magic shell's going to help if it's physical attacks.
Presumably you want your magic working, yeah?
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, so I will use my action to withdraw.
Retreat.
I have a technical question.
Then I will walk this way.
Walk this way.
So Sessions, having released the Uber Beast and trapped Parker in the D-shaped prison of hell, just casually strolls away.
Nothing
Where's
to see
my
here.
broom? Oh yes, here it is.
It's not working. The problem is my broom's currently not working.
Oh, of course not.
Does this thing get an attack of opportunity?
I withdrew.
Okay, you take the withdraw action.
Yeah.
Very nicely
'cause I haven't
done.
had an action.
Okay.
I had a ready action to attack. Well, this is a technical question. I had a ready action to attack the Lich when it appeared.
Yeah.
It's not a Lich, but
No,
it's a.
there we go. It's not a technical question. It's a moot point.
But
It's not happening.
it's going to take a millisecond for me to change from Lich to big horrible monster to bash. It shouldn't affect my reaction.
Trouble is,
Trouble
when you're
is-
ready in action,
Yeah, you have to
you
specify
state.
what you're going to do.
Yeah, you
Specify
do,
what it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, you do. If you'd specified, if the Lich had reappeared
Attach-
or any other hostile,
Attack a hostile if it comes within range is normally the
Yeah.
wording that one uses, but in this case,
Schoolboy error.
basically, obviously, Johnny is showing his inexperience.
yeah,
I think as a newbie, he should be given some leeway.
Yeah. I mean, basically, he doesn't have the experience that the rest of us have.
Excuse me. 47 years of experience.
I don't think it's experience. It's just general wisdom.
Basic
Doesn't
intelligence.
it start actually to go backwards, as we get
It
older
does.
and more forgetful?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's me.
is that you done Sessions?
Yeah.
Figuratively.
Sorry, readers. Sorry, readers. On 10, the Lich appears in with you, Purple.
Not feeling so smug anymore.
It just gets better.
I'll go, hi, tell me about these Hobbit books.
Oh, hi. What great timing.
Fascinating selection of books you have there.
How does it appear, Mike?
Oh, you've got true sight, right?
Yes.
It appears, but it's not it.
Right. A simulacrum.
Projected image.
But
Projected image.
there the good news ends.
Yeah, it can still do stuff.
Yes.
Can it
all
still
the
do
same
stuff,
stuff.
even though I know it's not real?
You're doomed. You're doomed.
Thanks, Johnny.
Not as doomed as you, Johnny.
Oh, Burps, now you're close up to it. Give me a perception check.
Perception, I'm fairly good at. 20.
Oh, 20. Okay. It's wearing black gloves. Each glove seems to have some kind of design or symbol embroidered in silver on the back of the glove. A little like the silver embroidery of the runes and sigils on its black robe of the Archmagi.
Right.
And from one of those gloves, like a conjurer, like a magic trick, it seems to sort of woof its hand, and out of nowhere, this little rod appears in its hand.
Rod of negation.
Cancellation.
Rod of cancellation, that's the word I was looking for. Rod of nasty.
What really grabbed your attention was the rapidity with which this weird thing has sort of appearified.
Technical term.
Peer-defined.
Technical term.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't find the thing that I want.
well,
so
that's the end of its round then, isn't it? If you can't find it.
No, we
That's
can
it.
find
Moving
it.
on.
Here we go.
No, there's nothing to see here. Scaly's round.
Here we are.
Sigh.
Thank goodness. For a moment there, I thought we were going to have to stop all of that, but no.
Yeah, I think we should.
The room totally fills with an awful, choking, green,
Cloud
nasty.
kill.
That's just it's cast its Thethormund organ request, which is possibly good news for us.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The phrase that is used is when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So you're all right.
Okay.
You can't see anything. Your true sight is of no use
Okay.
when things are just obscurative. And you hear the low cackle of this creature.
Yeah.
Next, it is Scaly O'Toole. A little bit of friend guide storyteller. Scaly goes on 9. The hydrangeas go on 6.
Don't know what to do.
But it's an evil creature that needs smiting, I think. I'll call out the
hydrangea.
monsters in here. The evil undead lich. Sworn enemy of all paladins.
True. And it's already
Is in this room.
Yes.
If
So you.
only he was a paladin.
Well, if only he really wanted to walk into this evil cloud smoke of nastiness.
Is he a paladin or is he not a paladin?
He's a Pinot, isn't he?
He's what?
Pinot.
A pedo?
Pinot.
Pinot, as in a
Paladin
what?
in name only.
Paladin in name
I see.
only.
Well, it was going to go and do the hydrangea.
The big
Do
one.
something.
Yeah.
I mean,
The big hydrangea's not necessarily going on 6, is he?
I suspect that was the suggestion.
Didn't he have his own initiative? He says
Maybe.
desperately trying to get the thing to go after him.
bug rock. I think the one thing that we can be sure of, Buggy, is that you're basically target number 1 for all of the bad guys.
Well, it's at number 2. Parker's number 1 is directly
None
in front
of your
of it.
magic works.
Well, it does well.
Okay.
It's all been negated. It's all been switched off.
No, session's moved away.
Yeah, I know, but it's still
Oh,
not.
sorry,
It doesn't
didn't we
come
say?
back.
No, it's changed. No, we're playing the 2024, the new 2024 rules.
Yeah. Doesn't come back. That's it. Once
It's
it's
permanently
off,
negated.
it's off.
Yeah.
Well, you have to cast
Yep.
it again. So you're tired from ending your rage, and none of your.
That's 3rd edition. You don't get tired after ending
Yeah,
rages now.
but that's the thing. in D1.
Outrageous.
Outrageous.
Yes.
Anyway, Scaly.
Right, I'm going to go in and attack the what?
The what?
It's a
The lich.
it's not
Sorry.
a lich. It's a projected image.
Yeah, but if I
It
can
doesn't
use,
know it's like an
Bucky
illusion.
doesn't know that.
and
Nor
Scaly
do-
doesn't
and
know
Scaly
that.
doesn't know that. And Purple has just shouted, "It's in here."
Scaly to his death.
So Scaly, you run into the cloud
And-
kill.
but Scaly has already got the vow of enmity against it running.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
From-
pile into this room and it's full of green gas. You can't see a thing. The area is heavily obscured.
And you were listening when Mike read out the bit earlier, yeah?
You were with me in that whole section.
No,
Okay.
I was looking at spells. I was trying to find a spell I could do.
While your attention was momentarily distracted, the room that you've just run into was filled with lethal magical green gas.
That's so stupid. I wouldn't run in there, would I?
Well, that's what I thought, but then you moved your miniature right into the room where the green gas was.
yeah, but then I'm changing where I'm going. I'm not going to go.
So you
through
run
evil
up.
green gas. It's
Okay,
ridiculous.
at the last moment
I
you realise...
look at the door and I go, shit, that looks ridiculous and evil and nasty.
Yes.
And the only thing I can do is go and attack an evil hydrangea
Okay.
in it.
So you're stepping up to the big one.
And I go,
Oh, is that the time?
I've got a bit of you in here.
Put the chicken in the oven.
I've got a bit of you in here. I show it the purse.
Okay, that's what you're doing. Certainly, that's it. That's your action.
You show it a purse.
And then I'm retreating behind the door.
Okay, so you show him.
It's got 11 attacks. It would kill me within.
Well, it's not
Half a
got
minute.
11 attacks. It's
How-
not got 11.
How many heads has it got?
It's got 8 attacks.
How many heads
It's
has
got
it got?
9. It's got 9 heads and it's got a tail.
10
right, so
attacks.
so maybe 10.
10.
10 attacks. Oh,
10,
wow.
yeah. So 11.
it's
11 was
big,
11 was a
and it's got-
10% exaggeration.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got reach, and it's
Yeah, it's definitely got
Fucking awful.
massive reach. Yeah.
You're such a
yeah.
wuss.
So I'm not.
Did you even hit it?
No.
No, I've gone
ran
out and
up.
I've gone.
Ran up.
Hang on, this
And
is
you
like
showed
last
him.
week.
What's
You showed it.
You go up to
it's
the
like?
door.
What's the point?
Don't want to go in because there's green gas. Go up to the big monster.
Don't want to go in
Take out your thing and then
Show it your purse.
show it your person and
Show
walk back
the
to the
purse.
door again.
Is that
Like an old
euphemism?
lady paying for something at the post office.
With stamps.
Yes.
Sliding 2p pieces across the counter.
Is that enough now, dear?
God.
Oh, well, what a
Love this
great
game.
character Scaly is.
Yeah, he's really good.
Really effective.
Of course, it probably has an
Well,
attack
there
of
we are.
opportunity
We're
when you
lucky
leave.
to have
That's
him on
scary.
the team.
Yeah. It probably has 10 attacks of opportunity as he leaves.
The exemplar paladin.
Ah.
Okay, so what you've done there, Scaly, obviously, is you've gone into its reach and then you've left
Yeah.
Yes.
without
So it's gonna
without
attack
attacking without attacking it. So it
Without
does
attacking,
get an
that's
attack of
true.
opportunity on you. Yes.
Go then. Well, I wanted to see if there was something to do with the Rabadabadas spirit connection before we started welling into it, so that I could hope that we could avoid a combat, but obviously
How many
not.
attacks of opportunity does it get?
Well, it just gets the one.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that bad. So you only get one, right?
Surely you know that, Dan.
Okay.
Dan I was hoping for more.
Yeah, I was.
It's going to attack you with its giant magic maw thing.
Yep.
It doesn't look like this has got as much reach as its other heads or its tail, but it does have sufficient reach to snap at you.
And grab you.
Well, we'll see.
And restrain
not
you.
Oh, okay, hitting armor class 33.
Oh, dear.
That might work.
Yeah, plus 16.
So,
God.
for the purpose of this, I'm
Doing
here.
the following damage. Hideous maw.
Hideous maw.
That's what it's
I
called.
prefer not so hideous
It
less.
does 24 points of piercing damage. That's not the end of the world. And it
No.
does a further 13 points of acid damage and can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh, not dex saves. Oh.
15.
In total, you feel like it's an opportunity for you to potentially protect your armor from this attack. Yeah. Do you want to use your Ort dice?
Yes, I do. So I'll roll that again. That's 16 plus a d10. 21.
21 is enough.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Right, that's it. You sure you're done? That's it?
No.
You're going to
You
move?
some more of your
moved
move.
out.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
So your
Nothing
else.
turn consisted of being attacked.
Well, I would say it was information gathering,
Okay.
Lucas.
You're certain? You're certain?
That's it, is it?
Yes.
Well, we all learned something.
Information.
I think that's a better way of putting it. On 6, it is the hydrangeas. Well, the first 3 hydrangeas can't really do anything. They're all stuck out in the courtyard.
God, here we go.
Big hydrangea has got to make a decision. Well, no, it doesn't. It's the wonder of heads. What it's going to do is it's going to attack Uncle Buggy with its heads. 4 of its heads. Here they come. They're just regular heads.
Just 4 of them.
Oh, no, wait a second.
They're not regular heads.
You're right, they're not regular heads, but also it's got this other thing that it can do. Let me just read it.
So one attack, just let's put this in context. One attack did 8d10.
Yeah, that's the hideous maw, though.
Okay.
And at plus 16 is the real killer.
Okay, well, it's not going to do that. It's going to start with 4 attacks on Uncle Buggy. Here we go. And our first attack hits armor class 31.
Yep.
Second attack hits armor class 34.
Yes.
Third attack hits armor class 31 again. And the fourth attack hits armor class 24.
Yep. That's 4 hits.
Each one does
8d10,
60-10.
12d10
plus 7.
Oh,
No, you're going to be alright because you've got thingy, but each one does 3d6
No, I'm not
plus
raging.
7. Oh, you're not raging?
No.
Not yet. Will be.
Okay. Okay, well, let's do these one at a time in that case. The first one does
sew him back
a
together.
measly 12
Yep.
and the following amount of acid damage. Oh no, it's poison damage. Have you got anything resistance to
I
poison?
have advantage and resistance against poison.
You got resistance to poison damage. Okay, so you're going to take half of, 20 points of poison damage, so 10.
Okay.
Then the second hit, 18 points of piercing,
Yep.
and 16 points of poison, so 8.
Yeah.
Third hit, 16 points of piercing,
Yeah.
and 17 points of poison, so another 8. And the last hit, 20 points of piercing, and 13 points of poison, so 6.
How many is that in total?
That was 4 hits.
I took almost 100.
And then it's going to spread the
98.
love, though.
Great. I point over at Parker. He's a good target over
Yes.
there.
When you do that, it goes, thank you. And it looks at Parker. Okay. And it attacks Parker with its 4 other heads. First attack hits armor class. Oh, only 22.
Yes, it's a miss.
Second attack hits armor class. Oh, only 23.
Miss.
Third attack hits armor class. Only 22 again. Fourth attack hits armor class 21. It misses 4 times.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well done, Parker.
Unbelievable.
Lovely.
All right, and then we've got 2 more attacks. We've got 2 more attacks to get
God.
through. We've got the hideous
the 2
maw,
criticals coming up now, of course.
and we've
now in my
got the
luck.
tail pincer.
The tail pincer.
Yeah, it's like-
Well, his
Sounds-
attack
sounds
is
lovely.
so ineffective
Okay.
against Parker, probably worth having.
And they
Another
probably
tail
go,
pincer.
oh, well, I'm having much more joy against this little...
Must be getting frustrated
Hobbit.
with Parker, you know.
Yeah, it looks at Parker. It's like, it looks back at Buggy.
Very chewy.
Okay, so you're going to have one each. Buggy, 1 to 3, you get the maw. 4 to 6, you get the tail. You get the tail. I would say that's good news.
better news.
For who?
Better news. Only hits armor class 22.
That's a hit.
Okay, well, it does the following damage.
What is Parker's armor class?
24.
24.
24. It's 5 better than me.
It does
everybody's better than you.
28 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
And can you give me a dexterity?
Oh, not dexterity, please.
Saving. No, a strength saving throw.
Plus 11.
Oh, you're going to get this.
No.
Oh, shit. Dice roll. I knew I'd
You should have warmed
Shall
up
I use
the
your-
dice. Honestly,
Do
what
you want
were
to
you
use your Orc
thinking?
dice?
Should have warmed up the dice.
Do you want to use your Orc dice?
Have I got any sort of inkling what this thing is against?
You think it's going to be
Grappling.
grabby, movie, something
Oh, grabby.
manipulatey.
All right. Okay, I'm going to use my
Grabby, movie, swallowy,
I'm gonna
crunchy,
use my
crunchy, crunchy.
You are going to use your Ort.
Haven't you got freedom of movement?
Are you sure? Well, you rolled a 3 anyway.
I've got freedom
So-
of movement. Is that making any difference?
Well, you've just used your Ort, and
Yes.
you rolled a 3.
that's true.
We might save. Plus 11 is 14, isn't it?
14, and now I'm
14
rolling
plus.
1d10, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you need, and you needed more than that. Okay,
The
well,
19.
you're grabbed, but you're going to be free to move afterwards anyway. It seizes you with the tail. And then finally, the hideous maw, well, it's going to go for Parker. I rolled the dice, that's the way it is. It attacks you, Parker, and the luck has come to an end. That hits armor class 35.
Oh, I don't think he's got any metal armor, has he?
You take 28 points of piercing damage, and you take
3d10.
3d10 acid, 17 points of acid damage. So 45 in total.
Heavy.
You're not wearing metal armor, right?
No, not wearing any armor.
And you don't have a shield.
No.
Okay. Well, that, in that case, is it for the creature. Unless it wants to move. I don't really think it can move. I mean, it can
Well, I
squeeze,
could
but
move
then
one
it's...
square south or north. That would be useful.
1 square east.
It's a sort of virtually mindless ball of malevolent ecto-nasty. And it's just lashing out with everything it has at its disposal.
Can we?
I need to do some sort of spell which just
Something like
sits on
banish
it, like
or-
insect plague or
No,
blade
banish.
barrier, because it can't get away.
What's the mechanism that causes it to sprout new heads?
Well, the ancient tradition, though, isn't it? You chop a head off to appear.
Yes, but how do you stop them appearing? New ones appearing?
Fire, maybe?
So it rings a bell, doesn't it?
Doesn't it breathe fire, though?
I don't think that's a breath weapon.
Can we
Didn't
not
use a
try
breath
and
weapon.
turn it into a newt or
Well, we could
do a
try that.
banishment spell or something on it?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to kill this and get Rabadavas's thing off it?
Who knows?
It's unclear.
I mean, I've got fireball, but I don't know. Can you control the size of a fireball? Can you make it a smaller area of
Nope.
effect?
Nope.
What you could do is a spell that just sits on it, like a wall of fire or a blade barrier.
Like
or
I say, I've
insect
got a
plague.
fireball.
I mean, I can do
All
insect plague on it.
I've got my Mordenkainen sword sitting there, which is going to hit it.
You could do the prismatic wall between me and it. And
Yeah,
then,
but
given
that's
where
not-
it
that's
is,
not
it
that
would
funny.
take it would take damage every round.
It's not as funny as watching you die a slow death.
Thank you.
I've got a 9th level. Actually, I've got an 8th as well.
Which is?
A 9th level is the prismatic wall,
Well, this is
but it's
the
also time
creature
stop.
to be doing heavy spells on, surely.
Yeah, maybe I
Just
should
put
do
a
the
prismatic
prismatic
wall across it. And just walk away till it's
No,
dead.
you can't cast a prismatic wall on something.
Can you not? You and creatures you designate at the time you cast a spell can pass through the remaining of the wall. If another creature that can see the wall moves to within 20 feet of it or starts its turn there, the creature must have seen a Constitution saving throw or become blinded for 1 minute. The wall consists of 7 layers. When a creature attempts to reach into or pass through the wall, it does so 1 layer at a time through all the wall's layers as it passes. There's nothing. The wall can be destroyed. There's nothing that says I can't cast it on it. If you position the wall so that it passes through a space occupied by a creature, the spell fails. Yeah, there is something that says...
There is that then.
Yeah, there is that bit. Yeah, and your action
There is that
and the spell slot are wasted.
Other than that bit, though.
But you can cast it next to it.
I could cast it across there, couldn't I? How high is the ceiling in the room, Mike?
15 feet.
15 feet. And the wall is up to 90 feet long and 30 feet high and 1 inch thick. So it doesn't have to be, so I can just cast it across there. Think I should do that?
Well, first of all, you've got a saving throw to make.
Yes. What's the saving throw?
DC 22 Constitution save.
DC 22. Sorry, did you say DC 22 Constitution save?
It sounded like that. I think he must have got that
D2
wrong.
I think
Constitution
you got your
save.
consonants and your vowels mixed up there, Mike.
At advantage.
At advantage. It's not going to help. First roll
It's a
is
20.
a 24.
Natural 20.
in your
There we
face.
go. Didn't even need the advantage.
Yeah. Best
okay.
at rolling saving throws. And
Yeah,
then
you take half of 12 points of poison damage.
12 points of poison damage. And I guess I need to make a concentration check. 12
What, for the true seeing?
for the sword, Morton Conan's sword.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's fine.
Yep.
Just.
Just. I was going to say.
Just.
Readers, you rolled a 10 and a 5.
Yeah. Okay, and then I will hit it with the Morton Canon sword, which hits armor class 14.
That's a miss.
Okay. And
Sorry. Oh, can Parker, Buggy, and Burple all give me just straight intelligence checks, please?
18.
That's enough. And you can shout out, well, yeah,
Oh.
big number for
16.
Purple got 16.
That's
Big
what
number.
it
Okay,
is.
you're standing around this thing, right? Like you're trying to kind of corral a wild horse or something. And you think that because it's got so many heads, I'm trying to describe this in rules terms, you think it may be able to react to people's movement more often than most creatures.
Yes.
Multiple attacks of opportunity.
Which is slightly problematic in terms of casting the prismatic wall.
What's its reach?
You're within its reach, you think, Purple.
Yeah.
But as long as you stay within its reach.
Yeah. What I'm wondering, Mike,
Yeah.
is can I cast a spherical 30-foot diameter prismatic wall around it such that it would need to go through walls and around.
Can a prismatic wall go through other walls? We're going to have to look at this and see whether or not it's possible. But I hate to say this, we're not going to look at it now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
We are not. It's a great plan, but we're going to have a dig about. And we're not going to do it tonight. We're going to find out whether or not you can cast this prismatic wall and trap the horrible Thessalar Hydra, that's what it's called, when we pick things up next week. Bugger.
Good dude.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher was written by James Jacobs. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!